Hey, welcome to our grilling course and this particular video segment on rotisserie chicken in particular. And you see we set our motor up here, and we're going to hop into the kitchen and set up our chickens for to be put on the rotisserie skewer. And so each grill is really meant to use particular tools on them. And so this it happens to be a Gen Air grill, and this Gen Air grill has a Gen Air rotisserie, and it sets up nicely. It fits well, and the tools themselves work well with this. So I would recommend, when you use or looking for a rotisserie, to shop for a rotisserie for the particular brand and model of your particular grill. So as you can see, we're setting up the forks on the rotisserie bar, and we're just going to set those up loosely. We'll tighten them then in just a little bit, but the forks help hold the chicken in place. Again, the rotisserie skewer is round in shapes, and the meat, as it spins, is going to want to spin around. So when you tie it and use the forks, those will both help that. Now you can see the nuts there. We tighten those on as we get them in there, and that will work. You can see that it sets up nicely. It fits in the end of the spindle, and the spindle is electric, and so you'll need an outlet for that. And then it spins it around. It's well balanced. There's a counterweight on the end here, and just fits in there nicely. The heat for the rotisserie is in the back. You'll see the flame. You can't see the flames per se, but that white grid in the back is where the heat is emanating. It's not coming from underneath. So that actually helps you as you're cooking this, because it provides that you don't have flare-ups. Some other great items that you can cook on the rotisserie are leg of lamb is an amazing piece of meat cooked on the rotisserie. Roast beef cooked on the rotisserie. Pineapple is actually a great rotisserie. If you've ever been to a Brazilian barbecue, they come by with that pineapple, and honestly, all that is a whole pineapple that they've peeled, and they've stuck it on a rotisserie, and they've brushed it with sugar, and you can put other spices on it as well, and just roast that and get the nice caramelization of the sugars on the outside of the pineapple. That's essentially what this rotisserie is doing here with these chickens. We've marinated them in a brine, and we get into brines with marinades and vinaigrettes, and essentially the sugars from the brine and the salt, and they combined with the skin and the heat, it just combines to give you a nice caramelization. Now with the rotisserie, well, the beauty of the rotisserie is it's continually spinning, so the juices are just rolling around, so it's really basting itself the entire time, and that's what gives it such a moist, rich flavor, because all the juices really stay in the bird. And as you can see, we're just about done here, and we're going to pull these chickens off, and as you can see, we'll stop the motor, we'll loosen the prongs on the rotisserie rod with a pair of pliers, because they're hot. You want to be careful. You can certainly handle this with a pot holder, but those spikes have been sitting in the flame, and they're real hot. So we're going to adjust this. We're going to pull it off, and we're going to take that rod as you see, it pops out nicely. It just sits right on there, and we put this sheet pan here so that it would not we don't want the chickens to hit the ground, and we are going to take them off of the rotisserie rod here. And so You'll see that here. And then from there, we're going to separate the rod and the forks from the chicken and remove the hardware. And then we're free to cut the strings for the chicken and cut the chicken up for service. Keep in mind that there are lots of different types of chicken that you can do for this. You could marinate it in an Asian marinade. You could marinate it in a barbecue type marinade. You could marinate it in a herb and lemon herb marinade. The possibilities are really endless here. And so as you continue to look through this, think for different options. And one thing to consider, use Ziploc bags for your marinade. It's great, don't shortchange your marinade. Marinate them overnight to get maximum flavor with your brine and moisture to absorb into that chicken. And set your marinade with your chicken into the Ziploc bag and let it set overnight. And then you're going to tie them and set them up, get them on your rotisserie. Well, that's the end of our rotisserie presentation, so enjoy.